Living in today's diverse world where, thanks to technology, even the farthest point is just a click away, every culture, race, religion, tradition, and nation become neighbors. Living in such a global island we call Earth, our next guests serve to act as the soil for fruitful dialogue by facilitating a form of mutual respect and collaboration. Peace Islands Institute acts as an island of peace for all peoples in a society of different ethnic, cultural, and religious backgrounds. The Alliance for Shared Values is an umbrella nonprofit organization serving as a voice for civic and culture organizations around the U.S. dedicated to promoting community service and interfaith dialogue. To tell us more about the need for such initiatives, we've invited Burhan Kaya. He's the director for the Peace Islands Institute's Center for Global Affairs, and Dr. Aslandogan, the president for Alliance for Shared Values, and also with us this morning, Bill Jackson, an active member of the Revere Office for the Newly Arrived. Thank you for coming in, gentlemen. Welcome to Urban Update. Burhan Kaya, let me start with you by beginning. Tell us a little bit more about the Peace Islands Institute and what it's all about and how you go about your mission.
Thank you for having us. As our main philosophy is,
I'm just asking about really what you've tried to focus on in your organization, and what your objective is.
well, our main philosophy, our main philosophy is service for humanity.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the years, our main objective is focusing on local and global issues. And in that sense, we have been organizing academic events,
Mm-hmm.
panel discussions, conferences, roundtable discussions, and also interfaith gatherings with all faith groups from Jewish, Christian, Buddhist, and Muslim. And our main focus is the mutual conflicts.
Okay. It's in the Middle East in particular, which is a hot spot right now.
It is. There's a big turmoil there, but not only in the Middle East, but throughout the world.
Okay. Dr. Aslandogan, I guess Alliance for Shared Values is a partner of Peace Islands. How do you collaborate, and what are your what issues do you collaborate with Peace Islands on?
Well, we are both part of a larger social movement which started in Turkey by a Turkish Muslim preacher named Fethullah Gülen. And within this social movement, there are many NGOs. Some of them are specializing in humanitarian work, like doctors' organizations. There are business associations. We bring together organizations who have common interests, and we help them collaborate with each other.
Okay. Bill Jackson, talk to me about the role of the committee, the Revere Committee for Newly Arrived, and why it was established and how it fits into what we're talking about today.
Well, actually, I met Burhan at a meeting of the Office of New Revere Residents at the Turkish Cultural Center in Revere. And he came over and we started talking, and I became interested in the organization. I highly respect that organization. As far as the Office of New Revere Residents is concerned, it was set up by Mayor Rizzo 4 years ago, and the purpose is to help to make the newly arrived immigrants feel at home, but more importantly, to answer specific questions that they might have about what do they do? What about the schools? What about the mayor? What about everything? They just come in and they really are brand new, and they need help. And so what we're trying to do is to open the door, make them feel welcome, and also to help them.
Sort of like a welcoming committee, an important one, I'd say. Burhan Kaya, as you watch the news every day, in your view, how important is it that the work of the Peace Islands has embarked on? What is your end game, ideal end game? What are you trying to do? How are you trying to influence events and communication?
It's a great question. What's the Peace Islands, personally, we all come from a different background, ethnic, religious, cultural. But we all have our differences, but our differences are our treasure. So we want to create solution for these problems, and can we just?
Okay, well that's okay. We can move along. I've got several questions here. Maybe I'll move along to Dr. Aslandogan. Now, where would you like to see, the Alliance for Shared Values expand into? What are some of your specific goals that you would like?
As our name indicates, we have this premise that we have these shared values. We come from different backgrounds, but we can work around common interests and common concerns. So we would like people to come and work together to bear witness to this fact that we are all humans and we can work together despite the differences.
And I guess, Bill, this is a question maybe for all three of you. I guess what have you learned from this work that really should to give us all hope for interfaith and intercultural relations in the future?
Well, if I could relate that back to the Office of New Revere Residents, I was a newly arrived immigrant in Liberia, West Africa, in the Peace Corps. And there were 4 of us in this community. And the people there were so kind to us, so welcoming, so helpful, that our Office of Newly Arrived Immigrants were trying to do the same thing, Byron, which is to make them feel welcome. With respect to this organization, I mean, they're actually working for peace in the Middle East and around the world. And quite frankly, I don't know too many organizations that are doing that.
Dr. Aslandogan, I guess I'll give you the last word on this. I guess how confident or how much faith do you have that we are moving forward in terms of this interfaith communication and dialogue? We see just some of the violence and going on in the Middle East and just the polarization here in the United States. What gives you hope, I guess, when it comes to interfaith dialogue?
We are definitely going through some turbulent times, but in our interaction, in our real field work, we constantly meet with people who are hopeful, who want to work together, and those interactions, those experiences with people of different backgrounds give us hope.
Okay, and I'll leave it right there. Dr. Aslandogan and Burhan and Bill Jackson, thanks for all coming in, and good luck on the great work you're doing, and it's something that I think is very important.
Thank you.
Okay, when we come back, one of Boston's most highly anticipated events of the season. Come right back, we'll tell you right here in Urban Update.